Hi there, my name is Erica Tinker, and better known as Mama Bear or Tink, and I am making this video in response to the news about the Olympia Presbytery shutting it down, Soundview. So I first went to Soundview at 14 as a LIT in the Leaders in Training program, and continued on as an intern for 2 years, a counselor, arts and crafts director, and then spent the last 3 years of my career there as the high school mentor. So I spent a good deal of time from 2014 to 24, and it was a big part of my life. Most of my summers and a lot of weekends for retreats were spent at camp. So I just want to speak briefly on it. One of the things that I know to be true for me, especially in my life right now, is that I probably think about Soundview every day. I work for a Catholic family here in Wenatchee as a mental health counselor, and I know that I take what I learned at Soundview and use it with my clients. I was taught compassion, grace, love, understanding, and really how to talk with people, to listen to them, how to deal with some pretty heavy stuff because of my experience with Soundview. And I think one of the things that stands out to me about Soundview is that it's not just a camp. It creates leaders, and it creates people that go out into their communities years later and become excellent pillars of their community. Moms and dads and doctors, nurses, therapists, social workers, ministers, pastors, did I ever say that? Just people that go out and embody what Soundview is to many of us. And I think that's one of the most powerful things about Soundview is that it is growing up leaders, generations of people that go there become, go on to be these awesome people that have learned a lot from being at Soundview. For me, growing up there, being, 14 to 24, one of the things that I love about Soundview is that I always felt accepted, and I was shown a lot of grace and a lot of love to grow up there. It's hard to be a teenager, and especially a teenager on a camp staff. There's a lot of things that are happening, and you're growing up, and a lot of decisions and challenges and choices, and I don't think there's a place I would have rather gone through it at, or people I would have rather have by my side than the staff at Soundview. They are family, and Soundview is a family. It's truly a little piece of God's kingdom here on earth. And one of the things that I love about it is that it is different for everyone. Soundview is a place for people to experience God in their own way, whether it's through the nature there, the beautiful scenery that we have that we're so lucky to have, so blessed to see, whether it's the people that we get to be with every day, or the different skills we learn, the different values we learn from being there. It is different for everyone. And to me, that is what God's kingdom is about. God is all of us, and to be able to go to a camp and realize that, and not just realize it, but experience it, is pretty powerful when you're a teenager. And I think that's what sets Soundview apart from most places. Is I didn't just learn that being Christian was going to church on Sundays, or not taking the Lord's name in vain, or the 10 Commandments. It was how to really be someone who had a heart for Christ, how to serve in His name, how to accept others when that is tough, how to accept yourself when you can't, how to just give your all when your all is pretty tired. It taught me just how to be a better person, and I have taken that with me through everything in my life. Soundview comes up constantly in conversation with people when I share my experiences about my life or who I am. It speaks to that, and it is something that is a place where people are allowed to grow and make mistakes, and the cool thing about Soundview is that we're making leaders. We're making people that are growing up and not just taking what they've learned from Soundview into their own life, but they're sharing it in their families and in their schools and their communities, and they're taking what they've learned out into the world. And Soundview is reaching a lot farther than just Pacific Northwest. I think that's the coolest part about Soundview, is that it reaches a lot farther than we know. I know that for my own self, thinking about getting married and having children and being able to take them to camp and let them experience what I experienced is something I've always wanted. And while that's not a reason to keep a camp open, I think it is to know that there are people out there that went to Soundview that hope that their kids will have that same experience in that same place because of what it means to them. I think all of you watching this, whether it's Soundview or not, probably have a place in their heart, whether it's a camp or just a special spot that you hope that you can take your kids to, or that has taught you a lot or made you who you are. And to have that place still there and still available to visit and be a part of every day in some way or another is is an awesome thing. I could go on forever, and I'm sure that I've rambled on and that none of this has made sense, but it's really hard to put into words what Soundview means to myself and to others, and the effect and the power it's had on my life, and the strength and it's given me to do things that I never thought I could do. So to the staff that are watching this, love you guys. And to anybody else that's watching this, I hope that you will really hear what we're saying about Soundview. I know it's a huge decision, and I know that it probably weighs heavy on many of your hearts. In the end, we had good years there. So thank you.